It was a kind of a weird night here at the Barclays Center as the Nets fell to the Miami Heat 95-91. I'm Dexter Henry for Nets Daily, joined once again by Tom Lorenzo, the great writer for our website. And Tom, it was a weird night indeed, and we'll start off with what happened in the first quarter. Close game, but then rain was falling from up here in the roof at the Barclays Center, and there was a 31-minute delay that seemed to maybe have thrown the players off. Nets offense struggled in this game. What was the impact of that?
Yeah, it was tough. It felt like it was tough for the players to get back into a rhythm. Although Mason Plumlee made a great point after the game saying, look, it happened to both teams. Both teams were out of rhythm. It wasn't like one team was out of a rhythm. But 31 minutes, it's tough to get these guys out and get them back in. And as we saw, they were off to a good start, reasonably good start. And all of a sudden the rain delay came, and then they just lost it from there. They just didn't seem to get back into that rhythm. So, yes, while it did happen both teams, it seemed like it had almost affected the Nets more, especially their early rhythm, for them to kind of recapture that.
Yeah, it did have an effect. They had to come uphill the entire way. They made it a close game in the fourth quarter, but it wasn't meant to be as they fell to the Heat 95-91. Let's take a look at some of the reaction from the players and head coach Lionel Hollins after this game.
I thought we started out the game pretty good before the delay, and then they went on a little run once the game started again, and we had to play from behind pretty much the whole game. We were kind of fighting an uphill battle. And that was tough.
We just got to do better as a team, as players. Whether it's getting your shots up when we come here to do shoot around, or before the games, we got to do whatever it takes, man. We can't be bad at home. This is where you come out and you have to know you're going to get a win.
All right, Tom. Well, one of the things that has been a very big talking point among Nets fans has been that the offense has been a struggle for this team right now, especially at home. They've been failing to score, and they also had a chance to finally, for the first time this season, win 3 games in a row here tonight, and they were unable to do that. Yeah. What's going on? Why can't this team get over the hump? Lionel Hollins says the team's just not good enough right now. Is that the case?
Well, that was an interesting quote. I think he's right in a sense. They're still not finding that rhythm. If you're not going to be able to string out a 3-game winning streak, especially when you're at home, this is a game that they should have won. It's a winnable game. No Chris Bosh, no Josh McRoberts for the Heat. Dwayne Wade's been a little hobbled. They really should have won this game. I get that Brook Lopez wasn't in the lineup, but if you're looking at that roster from the other side of the Nets, you're at home, you've got the crowd behind you. This is really a game they should have won, and they needed to get into that rhythm to win that 3rd straight game.
Yeah, and it was a little disappointing. They were not able to do that, but they have a test tomorrow night against the Toronto Raptors, so that'll be interesting. Team is one of the best teams, the best team in the Eastern Conference right now, playing extremely good basketball. Tonight was also a unique night here at the Barclays Center, as Nets fans and many of Nets Nation sadly know that Jeffrey Gamlero, one of the most energetic fans, super fan here for the Nets, passed away earlier this week. And we have a video up on netsdaily.com with fans playing tribute to him, and the tribute video they showed today. This was a very sad time for a lot of Nets fans and in the Nets organization. I thought the Nets organization did an excellent job of what they did pregame, players coming out in the Gamblero shirts. What were your thoughts about just Jeffrey Gamlero, his memory, and what he's meant to Nets Nation here?
Yeah, look, we've talked a lot about this on the site. I've written about it on the site as well. What Jeffrey brought to this arena and to the Nets fan base was an energy, like you talked about. And I think that was positive in and of itself. Being able to come here and recognize someone, have that constant who brings the energy, who couples with guys like White Noise, with the Brooklyn Brigade, with Mr. Whammy, those familiar faces that you're used to. It was a tough night. It was an emotional night for a lot of people here. The players paid a great tribute to him. The team paid a great tribute to him. To me, it was hard, but I think his spirit lived on. The crowd was great tonight. Yeah. Give him that. They were behind the Nets. There was a lot of noise. The crowd was fantastic tonight. We just hope that it continues in Jeffrey Gamblero's spirit, that we continue to have great crowds here with great energy.
Yeah, I want to say that, I completely agree with you. And having the opportunity, I've met him 2 years ago, and then we were able to do a video, which myself and Dave Menz worked on so greatly last year, and I thought was really good. And I appreciate the support of people that have rewatched the video this year as a tribute to him. He was a great guy with great energy. I think that he's a great inspiration to all fans out there, and I think one of the things I like about the Brooklyn Nets fan base and the fans we interact with here at Nets Daily is that there's such a diversity in fans, and that's really important to see, and everybody should be accepted. And I know there were some people out there that didn't like Jeffrey Gamlero, didn't like the fact that he danced in the aisles, but what I will say to that is that everybody should be accepted, and everybody has a right to, show their fandom, and there's no such thing as who's not a true fan of this and that. Everybody's Nets fan. Everybody here is part of Nets Daily family, Nets Nation, and we all express ourselves differently, and I think fans have a right to be heard, because without the fans, there's no us. We're not standing here. We're not there. The players are not there on the court, and I think it's very important to respect all the fans, and I hope that for Mr. Gamblero and his family, my condolences out to them, and that his memory lives on. So it was a weird night with the rain coming down here at Barclays Center. Had a rain delay in a basketball game, but it was also a night where we paid a great tribute to one of the great fans in Nets history, Jeffrey Gamlero, and I will leave it like that as we sign off with a tribute and a moment of silence for Jeffrey Gamlero.